Well, welcome, my friends. I'm Brother Paul. I'm a curator of the Johannes Mueller House here in Lititz, Pennsylvania, part of the Lititz Historical Foundation. We are now in the 1792 Johannes Mueller House. Johannes Mueller was the town dyer. He dyed all the cloth and yarn goods for the Lititz community. The room that we are standing in right now is known as the Apprentice room. Mr. Mueller had at least 3 apprentice boys that would come from time to time to learn the trade of dyeing along with him. This is the room they would have occupied for doing their studies. Over here we have a desk and also where they would have slept. The beds are rope beds in this room as well. Mr. Mueller would have provided these boys with their room and lodging. He would have provided them with their school education, the religious instruction, and 1 set of clothing a year. And that's what usually each person of the family got, 1 set of clothing per year. The shop, Mr. Mueller's shop, is directly below us from this room now. The boys would have had access. There's a very narrow stairway over here that would go down to the shop. So they would have access to the shop and then this room for sleeping and studying and for whatever other chores Mr. Mueller might have had them do. The only source of heat that would have been in this room is over here. Some coals or charcoal would have been put in that little spider pan, and you can imagine how cold it would have been over the winter months with that little bit of source of heat. Some of the things that you see in this room are a chest, which is called a gentleman's chest here. It's called that because of the shape of the lid. It's curved. So when gentlemen would come over on ships, they would always have access to their items. So there, with a trunk lid like that, that would have been stored on the top. Other people would have chests or a trunk like this here with a more square shape. And of course, if they were stacked on a gentleman's trunk, they would wobble. So the gentleman himself would always have access to his items. Here we have also a commode, which would have been used. And of course the outhouse was back here in the backyard. We hope that you come to visit the Johannes Mueller House, and there's many more rooms in this home, and the building next door is full of all interesting things of Lititz history.